Hello, my name is Stephanie Berry, and I teach technical theater at Centennial High School in Frisco, Texas. Today, we're going to talk about lighting design, specifically color, and how you use it on stage, okay, and how we use it to guide the audience's emotion in scenes. Did you know that plants are green because they reflect green light, and then they absorb other colors for photosynthesis? If you put a plant under green light, it's probably going to die. It needs those other colors. To study our eyes, how our eyes perceive color, a young Isaac Newton stuck needles into his eye sockets to determine if color was a product coming from outside the eye or from within. He determined the answer is both. We've got rods in our eye that react to certain electromagnetic frequencies. Okay, our expectations for today, you're going to break down colors into their corresponding emotional reactions. This is in order to understand how they will affect the audience's theatrical experience. You're also going to mix colors of light to recreate certain lighting looks that I give you from staged performance pictures using a virtual lighting lab. We'll get to that in a second. First, let's review. Remember, the qualities and functions of light equal our lighting design. So when we manipulate these qualities, which are intensity, color, distribution, and movement, when we manipulate those and change those, we can also define their functions, such as visibility, the time and the place on stage, the mood you're feeling on stage, the style and the rhythm. So lighting angles, that's the distribution part. We talked about those last time. We have flat front lights that come straight at the person. We have 45-degree angles. We have two 45-degree angles that give the face a little more definition. We have a side light that comes in straight from the side. We have a top light that kind of defines the features. We have a backlight that gives a halo, and we have an uplight that kind of gives an ominous feel to it. Keeping those in mind, we're going to move on to color. And when we start adding color to all of these things, such as intensity or distribution, we can create certain looks on stage to give us what we're going for in each scene. So let's go back to the first of the year when we talked about the color wheel. We were talking about color wheel in scenic design. So the color wheel in scenic design was red, blue, and yellow. That's in pigment, that's in paint. In light, it's a little bit different. We go red, blue, and green. And I'll show you the reason for that in just a second. If you read right here, it says, some of you might be scratching your heads asking, where is the blue, red, yellow model? The artist's color wheel. It's based on blue, red, and yellow. It predates modern science and was discovered by Newton's prism experiments. Scientifically, this does not adequately address the true range of spectral color. Upon discovering more about spectral color and how wavelengths work with surfaces, like reflection absorption, the human eye and the blue, red, yellow model is shifting to cyan, magenta, and yellow. And I found this out in my research as I was looking at the color wheel lately. They're going more to the cyan, magenta, yellow model. We do, however, still use the red, blue, yellow model for mixing paints, and it's the most common wheel for students that you'll typically find in art stores. So right here, we've got our red, green, and blue. That's light colors. They are our primary colors. Cyan, yellow, and magenta are our secondary colors. And if you notice right here in the middle, they all form white. So if you want to get white light on stage, you have to combine green, red, and blue. If you look next door, this is the pigments. This is paint. Your primary colors are yellow, magenta, or cyan, or like we were talking about earlier in the year, yellow, red, and blue. Their secondary colors are green, green, orange, and purple or violet. If you look in the middle, what color does it make? It makes black. Okay, so in light, when you add all of the colors, you get white. In paint, when you add all of the colors, you get black. That's the difference between light and paint. Okay, it's important you know the distinction between that. Moving on, color meanings and symbolism. We're going to be talking about that in your first activity today. So millions of years of biological conditioning have created certain associations between colors and objects or emotions, while some associations may be more recent. Understanding these associations will give you a shortcut to people's hearts, provoking a specific emotion, which we want in theater, and maybe even a behavior. Feelings are much more powerful than rational thoughts based on facts and figures. So they're saying your emotions are more persuasive to your audience than facts and figures. And applying color meanings and color symbolism will make your designs much more effective. So when you think about the colors you're using on stage, what emotions are you wanting to convey to your audience? Okay, your designs will be much more effective that way. Choose your colors carefully, it says. Color meanings stem from psychological effects, biological conditioning, and cultural developments. Some color meanings are deeply rooted in our brains because they're visible all around us. Like red is the color of fire, being associated with warmth, or green with nature. We're biologically wired to pay attention to bright colors because brightly colored animals and plants are often poisonous. We're drawn to red fruit over green because the color indicates ripeness or sweetness. And this is from 99designs.com down here. If you'd like to go see more on color meanings and symbolism, might help you out with your first activity. It can also be other than things that are around us. Colors can innately make somebody feel a certain way, okay? Like blue is very calming, that kind of thing. We're going to talk about mixing colors of light on stage next. Okay, we talk about additive light mixing. So red, green, and blue are the primary colors of light. They can be combined in different proportions to make all of the colors. For example, red light and green light added together are seen as yellow light. This additive color system is used by light sources such as televisions, computer monitors to create a wide range of colors. Also, LEDs on our brand new stage, set up with all of our LEDs, or just conventional lighting when we use gels, those plastic sheets that we put in front of lights to change colors. When different proportions of red, green, and blue light enter your eye, your brain is able to interpret the different combinations as different colors. The source right here is Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. We're doing astrophysics, ladies and gentlemen. This is your additive light cheat sheet. Color is transmitted through transparent media. So theater is increasingly moving to LEDs, but before that, like I said, we had the gels, the plastic sheets. Okay, they are transparent. You can see through them. They've got different varying degrees of transparency. That's what makes that color intense or less intense. All colors are added together, make white. We talked about that on a previous slide. And then the absence of light is true black. So if we turn off all the lights, goes to full black, right? So let's talk about your first activity for this lesson. It's about color and emotion. So you're going to break down colors into their corresponding emotional reactions in order to understand how it will affect the audience's theatrical experience. What you're going to do is you'll click on this link, which is a Google form called Color Meanings. When you click on that, it will take you to a Google form. You'll just fill it out step by step. There are some questions on colors, emotions, that kind of thing, and you'll hit submit. That is the only thing you have to do for that activity. It might require some Googling if you can't think of some examples of maybe emotions or events that colors are associated with. If you need help on that, let me know. Activity number 2 So this is the lighting color lab. This is going to take you the most time this week. It is your activity for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So your objective is to mix colors of light and recreate lighting looks from a stage performance in a virtual lighting lab. So the first thing you're going to do is open up this Google Slides presentation. This is something I've made for you. It's a template. All you have to do is put in your name and your class period, and then you're going to see a series of pictures that I have put into this slideshow. What I want you to do next is to make a copy for yourself. You're going to name that copy your first name dot last name, and then you're going to put LD color, okay, just like I've got it here. First name dot last name space hyphen space LD color. That's going to let me know whose document that belongs to. Next, you're going to look at the pictures on each of the slides. Please take note of the color used in these pictures and the lighting angles, because you're going to need to know that once you get into the virtual lighting lab. Next, using a computer, it's the easiest. Go to this website, and you're going to use the slide the faders back and forth to change the color of each of these angles. I'm going to click on this now to take you there. Okay, we've got two people here, and we've got 3 different lights. Okay, I'm going to turn this light off. This is how you turn it off. This very bottom slider is the intensity of your light. This is the saturation. Okay, and this is your color wheel right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at the picture I've given you, and you're going to try to recreate to the best of your abilities what the picture I gave you looks like. Okay. Okay, so you'll slide the faders back and forth to change the color and the intensities of the light. You're trying to match the pictures I gave you in the slideshow, just like I said. Once you've recreated the stage pictures as close as possible, you're going to take a screenshot of your picture from the website. So you're going to go to that website, however you've set your intensities, your colors, that kind of thing. You're going to take a screenshot. And at the end of this video, I have given you ways to take a screenshot if you don't know how. But I use a program called the snipping tool. So I just have some quick keys, and what it'll do is allow me to take a specific screenshot just like that. And it saves it, and I can copy and paste it. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to take a screenshot of your creation and put it in that Google Doc, that Google Slides that I gave you. You're going to put it on the same slide as the picture you're trying to recreate. Okay. Do this for all the pictures I put in the slideshow. And then the last thing you need to do is make an original look. So in your slideshow, you'll get to the last one. It'll say create an original look. And what you'll do is go back over here, and you're going to try to create something that's interesting to look at, that we haven't used before, something that you enjoy. Okay. Just playing with colors here and different lights. Okay, you'll take a screenshot of something you did original. And then what I want you to do is double check your file name right here, and then you're going to submit it through Canvas. So here's an example. This was the example I was given. You'll see on your Google Docs or your Google slide that I will give you this picture. Okay, what you want to do is look at the lighting angles in this picture. Where are the shadows hitting? Okay, where's the light hitting the actor from? Is it top light? Is it backlight? 45s. You're going to look at the colors used in this scene. You're going to go to the website and then recreate what you see. and you're going to copy and paste that screenshot into the Google Slides document that I gave you. So I went to that website and tried to recreate it the best I could. Now you'll see that there's some blue in here. We're not going to be able to do that. You've only got 3 lights to use. So what you're going to do is look at that actor. What are the main angles and colors in that picture and recreate them. Okay, how to take a screenshot. So you'll be adding screenshots of the lighting looks you create in the virtual lighting lab to the Google Slides document I provided. Here are some basic instructions on how to do that. If these don't work for you, you need to Google how to get a screenshot on the type of device that you're using. You click on these links and it'll show you how to take a screenshot. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, let me know. I know this looks like a lot, but I think once you do the first one, it'll get easier. Okay? Thank you and have a great day.